Joining us live now, the Chief Investment Officer at the Motley Scott Phillips. Always good to chat, Scott. So there has been quite a bit of criticism that's come in for the BCA late, saying, well, what took you so long? Now it's about to launch fire. And this comes off the back of BHP, which is very unimpressed with the government at the moment. I mean, where do you see all of this heading? And does the BCA have a point here? Remember, it represents some of the country's biggest companies.
Yeah, Pete, good morning. That's a really nice summary. Look, we've got to remember there's a bit of self-interest here and a bit of policy interest, and sometimes the two overlap, sometimes they don't. The good news, I suppose, is despite all that, we still managed to add 60,000 jobs to the economy last month. So there is no dearth of hiring overall. The big question is how long that lasts, what else we could be doing to grow the economy, particularly when it comes to productivity. And that is the big one for me, mate. Whether they, again, unemployment's pretty low. We could always do with more jobs. The economy is struggling, but we've still got plenty of people in work. The real question is, will they continue to invest in the country, in capital works, and, of course, in jobs? I think the risk is that the government overstretches. When you've got a 700-page piece of legislation about same work, same pay, for example, you've got to wonder how workable that is. The same with the right to disconnect. They're worthy goals, they're worthy aims. The approach is probably in the right direction, but conceptually, if you don't deliver growth to the economy and productivity, then perhaps we'll go backwards while trying to go forwards.
Well, it's interesting. Those comments from BHP I found really fascinating last week when they said basically, hey, why are you going to increase our taxes or whatever? We've basically paid for half the country's hospitals. Anyway, on to airfares. The coalition has taken aim at Labor over airline inaction. So airfares have jumped up roughly 13% following Rex's collapse. So they're certainly seizing on someone else's demise.
Yeah, incredible, isn't it? You think about the collapse of Rex. Obviously, still, the regional flights were supported separately, but the so-called trunk routes, the Sydney, Melbourne, Canberra routes in particular, Rex simply pulled out of those. And in the couple of months since that happened, those airfares have gone up, as you said, almost 13%. Now, correlation, causation, anyone's guess. Sometimes the most likely explanation is the right answer. When you've got three competitors in an airline or in a route, and you go down to two, particularly if there's a reduction in capacity, you should expect prices to go up. That's exactly what's happened now.
More flights.
Right, exactly. Now, I don't know what the government should do. We don't own a national airline. I'm not sure they should be forcing anyone to do anything, but there is a real challenge around competition policy, particularly in the airlines. They're going to have to do something about it, I think. Flights are already expensive, by the way. It wasn't like they were super cheap when Rex was there. They're just a little bit less expensive than they are now. They're still pretty expensive to fly around the country.
All right, quick one. CBA going AI.
This is incredible, mate. So they're talking about replacing a whole lot of call centre jobs in particular with AI. Temple & Webster in the last month or so announced they saved $4 million out of a $13 million profit using AI for customer service. Whether CBA overreaches here is an open question, but don't think it can't go away.
Okay. Scott Phillips, always good to chat. We'll talk to you soon.